Yo, today we're going to talk about how much it costs to have 22 teeth pulled, get immediate dentures, full top, partial bottom, and how I got approved for it. Stay tuned. If you're like me, you're broke as fuck, and you can't get the best treatment, and you can't get the best things you'd like, so you have to deal with what you got. So my struggle for getting approved for these dental processes was kind of a pain in the ass. They broke it down into multiple segments. The first segment being your immediate temporary dentures is the first thing on there because they want to fit your teeth. They do either a dental imprint of your mouth to find out how, or to use it as a mold to make your new set. Or in my case, they had to do a digital scan, which was really cool but really painful. I had a spot back here where they couldn't get. I got one tooth hanging on way back up here. They couldn't get. The tray was too small for my mouth. Apparently, I got a big mouth inside there. But so they did the digital one, and in order for them to get around that back tooth, they were fucking jamming this thing so hard in the back of my shit. That was the most painful part when I was getting scanned for my temporary fitting dentures. But overall, it wasn't so bad. So that was the first part of the breakdown of the bill. The second part was all the bullshit. The aveoplasty, I'm not sure if that's pronounced correct, but that's how it looks in my brain. But that's essentially where they have to use a file to deburr, basically, after they pull your teeth out. You got bone down there and bone up here. If there's sharp edges and stuff, they want to deburr it, essentially, so that you're not having teeth poking through. I guess you could get teeth shards and shit poking through your gums even after you're healed. So they charge a little bit extra for that, but it's for that and the deep cleaning, because they're keeping 4 on the bottom on each side here, and I still have periodontal disease in all of those teeth, so I have to go in every 3 months, or I haven't really talked to them about it yet, but I got to go in a few times a year and get this deep cleaning done, because when you have periodontal disease, it's just bacteria underneath your tooth just eating away at you, essentially, and it never goes away, apparently. So you got to go in, get the deep cleaning done. They put some medicine there. It helps kill the bacteria and make sure you don't get infections. So that was in the second portion as well, along with all the pulls. So 22 teeth. They charge different depending on what kind of teeth it is. So your fronts are a little bit easier because they're not as deep rooted, but I heard your canines are super deep up into your face bone structure. And then obviously molars and back teeth have deeper roots, bigger roots. They have three roots hanging on down there, so they charge you a little bit more. I want to say the place I went, it was like it was like 90 to 100 and something for, easy tooth, and then it was upward of 250 for molars. So I had to pay for the temporary dentures first, and then obviously all the work being done. So obviously I didn't have the money that it was going to cost. I want to say it was upwards of $8,000 total. It could be more than that. I want to say it's a little bit less than that, but we'll say 8 to start for now. I'll put my actual quote up in this video, that way you can see what actually the precise numbers were. But the way it was broken down, it was like a little over $2,000 for the temporary dentures, and then it was a few grand for the pulls and all that, and then another probably $3,000 total for just the permanent dentures after that. So basically, she broke it down and got me approved to just hold off on the permanent denture portion of the pay. Sorry, I'm spitting all over. The permanent portion of the pay. I didn't have to worry about this year. My insurance only covers like $1,700 or It really ain't. It put a little dent in there, but not much. And I had a flex spending account that I had like $800 left on. So $8,000 minus about $2 is what I had in insurance and this flex spending account. Obviously not covering the whole thing. And dentist office want their fucking money right now, or you don't get your work done. It's not like an ER or something, you know. It's a specialized field of medicine. So started looking around for loans, and unfortunately, one option they had was Care Credit Card, which if you have decent credit and all that, you can get approved and get a little bit of help. And you know, depending on your credit, I'm sure you get more. Unfortunately, I had to put my dog down about 2 months ago, and I got a Care Credit Card to afford to be able to put him down and make that financially work. Rest in peace, Pat, my homie. I love you, dude. I'll never forget you. But so anyways, I couldn't get the loan for that. The only other loan that they were going to be able to get me approved for it's called Sunbit, and it sucks. And I'm sure fellow poor folks, you understand how hard it is to get a loan for anything when you suck at budgeting your money and you have no money. So Sunbit was willing to cover the remainder I needed. I needed to come up with like $2,500 to cover the rest of the first portion of this whole procedure. Worry about the rest of it next year when my flex spending account resets and my insurance resets. It'll be a lot easier when it comes time for my permanent dentures. However, they approved me, but the only downfall to that approval of the Sunbit loan was it was 36% interest. Yeah, so that fucking is shitty as fuck. But they helped me out. They tried to give me a bunch of discounts, which I'm sure they're upselling a lot of this shit. I mean, I don't really see these acrylic dentures costing $3,000 in materials. You know what I mean? Sure, you have upkeep and knowing what you're doing. You know, it's a lot of things in life. You got to pay for the knowledge. So they definitely have the knowledge. But at the same time, come on now. So they were able to help me out. They were able to get each one of the immediate temporary dentures, they got down to $800 total. So my flex spend account was able to pay for that whole thing, which was awesome. And I went to Dental Works, the chain Dental Works, and I have nothing but good things thus far to say about them because they really busted their ass to help me get discounts. And as I was saying about, you know, the different type of teeth pulls, they lowered some of the more expensive teeth to the less expensive amount for my quote, and they were really able to help me out. So, you know, with their transparency and how nice they were, I wanted to stay with them because they really were helpful and they are really nice there. So I told them that I was going to do it through them. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I'll pay the fucking 35% interest. That's what I'm going to have to do. It has to get done. My mouth hurts. This needs to be done. So I said, let me think on it. Let me talk to my wife. I went home for a week. I'm sorry. Rewind. So I said, fuck it, finally. Send it. And on their computer, they went to send for the loan through Sunbit. And upon sending it, Sunbit wants $600 down as a down payment just to get this 35% loan. So I freaked out, and I didn't freak out on them, but I was just like, I don't know, like, I'm going to have to get back to you guys because this is crazy. So pretty discouraged. They helped out a lot. They were kind of like, this is all we can do right now. So I was like, all right, I'll get back to you guys. I left, and so as I was sitting there, the original quote was supposed to be for the procedure I'm getting now, which is the 22 being taken out. Well, actually, it was less. They were going to leave a couple on this top left as well. And as I was thinking about it, you know, in my mind, I was trying to rationalize it, and I was thinking, hey, maybe if they just knock all my teeth out and just do full uppers and full lowers, maybe that would be cheaper and less, you know, complicated to make the dentures. And in my thinking, it would be a lot cheaper, safer route. So I was just like, well, maybe I'll propose, hey, just instead of doing all this and doing the partial stuff and all the periodontal cleanings and all that, just pull them fucking all, and I'll just start with nothing, you know. I thought that was an option for me, and I talked myself into it, and I watched a lot of videos, and a lot of people said, don't waste your time getting the partials. If your teeth are fucked up, you might as well just get them all done, blah, blah, blah. So I came to terms with I was going to have all my teeth ripped out. So I called him back up, and I said, hey, I want to come back in and, you know, talk about getting all my teeth out instead. Well, in the meantime of that, I was able to come up with the $600 to pay off the loan, pay off the down payment for the fucking loan, which it's not too bad. I mean, the interest is crazy, but it's going to be like $130 a month for 16 or 18 months. So it's not too terrible considering. But anyways, I wanted to get back in, talk about getting all my shit pulled. Now, once I go back in there and they start going over everything, looking at everything again, they bring me back 2 more quotes. They brought me back a quote for the 2 full tops and full bottom dentures, and they also gave me a quote for implants. Both of them were, well, the basic one was thousands of dollars more. It was like 10 grand total for having all my teeth pulled and having full top, full bottom dentures. And it was like, I don't know, they said 12 or 13 grand when they started talking about doing the implants, but at that point I didn't hear anything they said. So I was like, well, to be honest, like I barely got approved for the original thing, so we're just going to have to go with that. And they really reassured me that, you know, it's possible, and it's just going to come down to me taking care of myself and doing it the right way and making sure I come back in for my quarterly cleanings. So I was like, cool, I can deal with having 4 on the bottom, 4 on this top over here, and 4 over here. It'll be 2 partials. Roll with it. So then I go in there and I told them to run it, you know, paid the money, got everything going. They did my periodontal cleaning because the dental hygienist was there and didn't have anything going on at the time. So they're like, you want to just do it now? And I was like, fuck it, go ahead, let's start doing it now. So they did the cleaning. The hygienist was worried when she started getting to my tops. I could tell something was different, and so she was like, I want your gums to heal up a little bit more. Let's meet back up after you get your extractions done. That way she could get in a little bit better behind them teeth and stuff without all the other teeth in there. So she set me up an appointment for like a month after my extractions. So from there, golden, I went home, you know, started thinking about things, and the next day I get a call from them, and she said that the people who make the dentures and the dental hygienist both didn't feel comfortable with me leaving any of these top ones up. I guess the pockets in them are way too deep, and they didn't feel leaving me with partials. They said they're not going to be strong enough to hold on, which was my original fear. I didn't want to leave these teeth in here that had all this fucking bacteria and stuff in there, and then a year from now, after I just paid all these thousands of dollars and paying these loans, a year from now I have to go back in because these teeth wanted to rot out or fall out, you know, suddenly. So I have to go start the whole process again, thousands of more dollars. That's what I was worried about. So they're like, all right, and I was like, but like my biggest holdback is I don't have the money to pay for your full extraction. So she was like, don't worry about it. I talked to the doctors and blah, blah, blah. We're not going to charge you anything more. So it's, like I said, it's going to cost me about $130 a month. I had to come up with $600 up front. My flex spending covered the $800 for the temporary dentures, which if you're having problems looking at, ask them about that. You know, hey, can I get a discount on the temporaries, or is there any discounts? Or if you're a veteran, or I'm not a veteran, but if you're a veteran or something, ask them if they got any discounts. Like, try to get them to work with you. If they don't work with you, go fucking somewhere else, because Dental Works, I'm going to give them a lot of respect, because I hate the fucking dentist, obviously, because I haven't been to the dentist in fucking years, but they really did make me feel good about it, and they really have treated me well up to this point. Who knows, I could go through the surgery and shit and hate these motherfuckers, but as of right now, I appreciate them, and they're doing a good job for me, and I hope you can find somewhere that you could deal with that too. You don't have to deal with some assholes just degrading you about shit. Don't worry about them. Find somewhere that makes you comfortable and roll with it. So, like I said, $800 is what I paid for the temporaries. $600 down for the loan. I want to say I got $2,500 loan. So you're looking at $3 or $4 grand just for the first step, and then figure another $3 grand probably for your final set of dentures. You might be able to find them somewhere better, but that's where I'm at with it. I will update you as soon as I get to the next step. If you have any questions or advice, fuck questions, I don't fucking know shit. I don't need any questions from you. But if anybody has any advice, or if you have a link or just a random piece of information, because I'm watching YouTube videos all fucking day worried about this shit, and you learn a lot of little things here and there, but there's always something that misses. There's some people like, they didn't hurt at all, and other people like, this is the worst fucking pain in my life. So it's scary as fuck. So if you have any advice for me, fuck a question, don't ask me shit. I ain't telling you shit except for what I want to tell you. If you have any advice, let me know, or share a link with me and help a brother out. But thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later. Here's a view of my teeth. You want to see them?